Let's talk about The Watchers. The Watchers was one of the movies that I was looking forward to the most coming out this year because it was a directorial debut of Ishana Night Shyamalan, M. Night Shyamalan's daughter. And M. Night Shyamalan is one of my favorite directors of all time. And I know he's very controversial when it comes to his directing style in movies. He has some really low lows, but he also has some incredibly high highs that he's a filmmaker that really does what he wants to do, and he does it well for the most part. And I just wanted to see if Ishana had the chops. And I can honestly say she does have the chops. The Watchers is directed really well. She is really great at creating tension. And I was at the edge of my seat for most of the movie. And I was just wondering what was going to happen next. The shots, the cinematography, there were some really interesting and very spectacular things that I think she did behind the lens. The movie had me guessing as to what the Watchers were and what they looked like. And I was really absorbed into the mystery of it all. There are 4 central characters in this movie, and there's main one that we follow, Dakota Fanning. And she gives a really stunning performance in this movie, one of her finest performances in a while that I've seen. The rest of the cast is really good. I mean, they are a little bit more one-dimensional. I think the most depth comes from Dakota Fanning. But that's not to say that the characters aren't interesting themselves. When the movie focuses on the mystery and the tension and the what's outside their kind of aspect, it really absorbs you in. Where the movie kind of falters is some of the family drama and like the dramatic piece. And I don't think this is a fault of Ishana herself. I don't know how much of it was the script and how much of it was the actual story that it's based off of. But there is a twist that happens in the movie where it kind of leaves you like, why did we go in this direction? There was a much better scene where they could have just ended it, but they decided to Lord of the Rings it and have 3 very distinct moments where they could have ended the film. There was a halfway point that I think was a perfect ending point, and I think this movie would have been fantastic, but it kept going, and I was just not completely absorbed into the reveal of the myth. This is, at its core, a horror movie, more of a thriller that really delves into fantasy. So it's a fantasy thriller. And again, for the most part, this is a really good movie. There were some really brilliant shots throughout the film. I thought the performances from the actors were great. Ishana is a really great director, I think. I'm really looking forward to what she can give us in the future. She doesn't just feel like M. Night Shyamalan light or, you know, just a rehash of his style. She has a very unique voice, and she doesn't direct her actors like M. Night. But I do think that the movie could have ended a bit sooner, and that twist at the very end, was it necessary? Yeah, I mean, I think to tie things up nicely it was, but the expansion on it was just kind of deflated the movie and the experience as a whole. But overall, it's a decent watch, especially for a debuting director that has the Shyamalan name behind her. You should be excited to see what she has coming forward, because I definitely am. I'm looking forward to what she can do in the future.